Hey, church. Last time that Travis and I were in here making a video together, we were making the announcement that we wouldn't be gathering that Sunday because of the coronavirus. But now we're happy to be announcing that we will be gathering together again, just not inside the building, but outside the building in the church parking lot. And so we just wanted to help both prepare our hearts for this Sunday and also give you some practical instructions and guidelines that will hopefully make that day go much more smoothly.
Yeah, the first thing to recognize is that we've all unintentionally formed a bad habit of not gathering together. For good reason, we've been told and we've done what amounts to withdrawing from each other and not seeing one another face to face. And we've learned experientially and practically as to why it is that God tells us not to forsake the assembling of ourselves together. I think the overall testimony of us is that this has not been a good spiritual time for us. This has been hard. And we've learned that it's important to be together. And so we praise God for that, and we just use that to say that this is the time now to begin to renew our ministry of presence together, because we need that. You need that in your life, and we need it together in our corporate life. And so, church, if you're able to be here, we encourage you, please come, please be here. Just like with all bad habits, you have to actually work to overcome them. That's why we're pointing that out. Let's make every effort to do that. Some of you have health concerns that might prohibit you from still doing that now. We understand that. But the rest of us, let's make every effort to renew our ministry of presence together. It's going to be hard at first. It's like getting those first reps in at the gym when you haven't been in 3.5 months. You got to go that first time to renew everything, to get back to where you were. So let's begin again. July is going to be a lot of that, just renewing our old habits and forming good habits again. Yeah,
and that's important to understand, because this first gathering together again is going to be harder than it was before. And part of the reason for that is because we're using our parking lot, which means we need extra time to find other spaces downtown to park in. So there are some extra spaces off street on the service road right outside our building that we haven't used in the past that we can use. There may be some available spots that the Catholic Church isn't using, but if you just go 2 blocks downtown off of Green Street, there's a lot of off-street parking there. There's an extra parking lot at the Churchill and Banks building that will make it easy for you to just quickly park and make your way towards the parking lot. When you come to the parking lot, we do ask that everybody bring their masks and wear them as you're finding your seat. And you'll find chairs set up for you when you get here according to household number. So whether you're coming by yourself or with 2 or 3 others, you'll find chairs in those groupings that will just easily help you find a place to sit. And then once you're seated, those things will be seated or spaced 6 feet apart, helping you maintain that social distance. And you're free to take off your mask at that point, and even to sing without your masks until the service is over, in which case we ask that you would put the mask back on and out of love for your brothers and sisters and even your neighbors. We're not worried about the number of people who are coming to the service outside, because based on the guidelines and restrictions for outdoor gatherings for churches, we're not going to meet that number. So we just really encourage everyone to come and enjoy this time together.
Yeah. Some of you have asked about children's ministry and childcare, and that's not something we're going to be able to bring back until we have some sense of normalcy, to more like the way things used to be prior to all of this. So we are looking forward to having our children with us in the services. Kevin will talk a little bit about how the services will hopefully accommodate that a little bit better. But just a reminder, our lot is fenced in, so you should feel a little bit of comfort from that. The bathrooms will be available, the doors will be open, the building will be open to use the restroom, so that's available to us as well.
So in terms of the services, they'll be just a little pared down, so fewer songs, less things going on in the service themselves, and the sermons will be more like the length that you've been getting in the videos we've been sending out. And we're doing that because it may be a little bit hotter out there on the pavement, and because we have our children with us. In terms of the sermons we'll be preaching, we're going to go through some of the Psalms of Ascent. These were psalms that Israel would sing on their journey towards Jerusalem as they would gather together in the temple or gather together in their feasts to worship the Lord as God's people. And so we think during this time, as we gather together again, these psalms will be particularly helpful for us in celebrating our church, our worship together, and also encourage us as we help one another along on our spiritual journey towards heaven and that ultimate gathering of God's people. So we do hope to see you this Sunday, and we hope that this will be an encouraging time for our church to gather again.